What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a brand new car from Haiboxing. This is the 18859A. This is the brushless version from Amazon. Ordered this a couple days ago and it came in today. So without further ado, let's unbox this thing. Alright, first thing you'll notice when you get the box is obviously instructions. Looks like we have some stickers in here. We have two sets of stickers, which is nice, which means we have two different bodies. So that's something new from Haiboxing. Usually you only get one. Some more instructions there. Let's pull this thing out and see what it looks like. Alright, so average packaging. This is kind of what we've all come to know and expect. We'll take that out of here, and it looks like I was saying before, we have two bodies. So this is completely sealed up, but this is a sweet little green, blue, black, and silver body. And then we have the pink, purple, white, and silver body. This thing looks awesome. We got some red chrome-looking outlined wheels here. Looks like the same tires that we have gotten on the last few vehicles. And right away you can see that we have oil-filled shocks, which is really nice. That's a really good upgrade. And for this price point, you would expect to get some of these upgraded features. When I first put mine down on the bench here, it looks like the front sits a lot higher than the rear. I'm not sure if that's because the oil in the back has come out or what, but we'll take a look at those shocks in a second. This thing's got a pretty good stance to it. Let's take off these body clips and see what's inside. Alright, so this looks a lot like some of the other cars that we've gotten from Haiboxing. If you haven't seen my brushless 1/16 scale video of Haiboxing, I'll link it up above. I did a comparison speed run with the brushed versus brushless on 2S and 3S. So go ahead and check that video out, and I'm interested to see how this one compares speed-wise to that other 1/16 scale video. The rear shocks definitely feel a little bit softer than the front ones. I think I might go ahead and put some stiffer, higher weight fluid in these shocks. I will be interested to see if how filled these are with fluid straight from the factory. But you'll also notice that we have metal drive cups. It looks like the rear are dog bones. Metal along with the metal cups on both sides, and then the front are CVDs. You can see the nice little joint in there. So it looks like we have a nice little upgrade here. You can see we have a 3-wire servo compared to the old 5-wire ones, which means you will be able to find upgrades that will fit in here. This doesn't look like your standard size servo. Looks like one of those micro ones, but you should be able to find some higher strength ones in case this one's a little weak. This motor does look a little bit bigger than some of the older ones. I will put up above the old stats versus this one. And yeah, this thing looks pretty good. It looks like it's the same layout as most of the other ones. The gears sound metal in there, which is nice. And here it is next to the brushed version. And you can definitely tell that it's very similar. Front bumper is the same. The body has some different lines on it. This is more of a boxy truck body, and then this definitely looks like an X Max or a Max body with this rounded front end. So very similar, but also very different. This one definitely doesn't have foam in the tires. They definitely put foam in these new tires. The middle brace is the same, pretty much everything. Even the servo size is similar, but again, we went with the 3-wire on the newer version versus the 5-wire here. And no heat sink on the brushless version compared to the brushed version. Another nice upgrade on this version is it looks like we get a Lipo battery finally. This is a 25C discharge 1000 milliamp hour 2S Lipo. Let's see what else we get in here. The remote also looks different than our standard remotes from Haiboxing. I've seen this remote before, but not on the Haiboxing ones. Looks like we have our steering trim, steering dual rate, our speed that we can turn up and down. Mine was all the way down, straight from the factory. So remember, turn that speed all the way up if you want this thing to go as fast as it can. You can throttle reverse if you need to, and bind button there. Doesn't look like it comes with AA batteries. You will need to provide 3 of your own. And again, we have 2 Lipo batteries, which is nice that they give you, a USB charger, and an extra set of body clips. That's always good to have. Alright, so let's go ahead and take these protective layers off the bodies and put the stickers on and see how they look. So these bodies look awesome with the decals on there. Of course, we had to put the 413RC stickers on there. We got rear tail lights and headlights here. We got the headlights in the bumper there. And I think these bodies are missing one thing, because if you know just as well as I do, these bodies get banged up pretty easily because these are little basher trucks. So I got one little surprise for them. Here's my little invention. We got this little skid plate up top on both of them. I printed them out in gray, and then on the back where these things really get torn up, made this little skid plate here. This should really save the back of the body. So did that one in pink and this one in green. Let me know what you guys think. Would you get one of these for it? Have you thought of something similar to that? I'm going to show you guys what's inside one of these shocks. To take the shock off, it's super easy. Just the top screw here and on the bottom. You just twist the top, and there you have it. So there is a little rubber ring in there. I'm going to empty this out, and I'm going to put some of... I'm using the Factory Team 80 weight. This is going to be a lot stiffer oil, and hopefully stiffen up those back. So of course you can also play with the preload here. I'm going to run these down a little bit here to give the back end a little more bounce. Make that spring work a little bit harder. And yeah, that back end's sitting up nice now. See, that back end is nice and parallel, and that looks good. Let's take off one of these wheels and see what the hex diameter is looking like. A couple things that I noticed were missing with this kit. It did not come with a wrench like that, and it didn't come with a screwdriver. These are ones that I had lying around, so just note that if you buy this car and it's your first one, you will need one of these for the wheels, and you will need a screwdriver to take some of the things apart. So taking the wheel off, ooh, alright, so it looks like we have just your average 12mm hex, which is cool. You will be able to put on a bunch of aftermarket tires. I have some lying around here. These are from the 1240-19, I think. about the same size, just a little bit narrower, and that's really going to narrow up the car, as you can see there. If you really wanted to, you could put some 10 scale buggy tires on this, and that'll give it a little more height, which means a little bit more speed. So that's a cool little look there. Another thing to do before you run this car, get yourself some blue Loctite and put it on these hexes here, because these hexes are not threaded, which means that if you're doing a lot of stopping and starting and stuff, these could come right off. To get to the differentials, you will need to take off a lot of these screws, including 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And once you do that, you might need to actually take off this rear bumper, so 10, 11, 12, 13. Pull this off, and we'll take a look at the differentials. And there you have it. Here's our differential. All metal gears. Pull that off. And feels okay. I'm going to take it apart and see what's inside there. Whoa, so the diff case comes apart. That's new. It doesn't look like there's much room for anything really in here. I think we're going to leave that as it is. And just wanted to show you guys what's in there. Got our little spider gears. They are all in their little spot there. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave these alone. We'll just run it as is. So this video has run on long enough. If you want to see the speed runs of this car, we're going to do 2S and 3S batteries. Hit the notification bell, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.